Good day, folks. Jonathan Milam here with the Bach Stradivarius. No, this is a Holton. No, this is a Bach Stradivarius made by the Holton Company. It is Holton's T101 patterned very closely after a 180-37 Bach that they bought, measured in all of its places, put it together, and I've had one of these before. I thought it was a good sounding horn, but I didn't have a Strad at the time, and now I've got a Strad, and when you put them next to each other, you can see just how incredibly similar they look, and how incredibly similar they play, and how incredibly similar they sound. Marvelous horn, Holton's T101. Okay, I'm gonna doodle around with a old gospel chorus. I think it's the verse, I remember when my burdens rolled away. Gonna start off with a GR64 MB, and we'll see how it sounds. Now this particular horn I did want to mention. I actually did the video before and I left the speaking mic on at one point and just distorted the sound a little bit. But when I got this horn, a friend of mine, Heather, thank you very much, up in Canada, was going to sell this, and I said, can I just have it for a little while? Because I hadn't had one in a long time and I wanted to see if it played as well as I recalled, and it certainly does. But this horn, you can see at the right angle, there's just a rim around here. And she had told me, but I'd forgotten, and I said, if there wasn't a bell crease in there that had been repaired. And she said, well, what the seller said was he left a trumpet stand in here and it just bruised the lacquer a little bit. And actually, when you put it to stand, let's see if we can do this. Oh, yeah, there's not a lot of wobble here. In fact, there's really hardly any wobble at all. So it would appear, but you know, a little less than perfect. If you can see that lacquer around there, there's just a little tiny ring. I love those in-horn stands. I've used them before and felt like they actually might protect the stand up here, but I think it was left in a long time. I think it almost, in a warm area, probably almost adhered the lacquer to that. Aesthetics. I've got a new Strad here that's got 2 pings on it, and I have no one to blame but myself. So I guess there's 2 types of horns, the ones that have dents and the ones that are going to get dents. They all will. Almost in time. Okay, going to use a deeper mouthpiece here. This is the GR64 Flugel Deep, FD, just to give you an idea. But this time I'll turn the microphone, the speaking mic, off so you can benefit from the sound a little better. Okay, the last I'm going to use, it's actually a very similar cup to the GR64MB. This is Warburton's MC, medium C, but Ken Titmus took this one, hollowed out the inside a little bit to give it more of a B feel. marvelous mouthpiece. And I am going to use a tighter back bore on here, Warburton's 4, just to give a little more of a commercial sound. We'll raise that song up a fourth. I do notice that they did not put a brace on the tuning slide. I looked at that and thought, oh, somebody took that brace off. Apparently, looking around, they did not always put a brace here. The difference is it makes your horn weigh about a pound less. Actually, it'd probably be about an ounce, if that much. But when you do not have a brace on either the lead pipe end or the tuning slide, most people feel it gives you a little more flexibility to bend notes, to do lip trills. Interesting thought. I don't notice a lot of difference because I don't play that high, but it is an interesting thought. Okay, we'll play that same song, but this is with a slightly more commercial sound. Gotta get that mic off. One of the plant managers, I believe it was, said some of these tightened up above high C. I'm obviously not noticing that. He said if you can get one that does not tighten up in the upper range, it's a marvelous horn. And that's what I'd say about this one. Just a very nice horn. Now I've got a Strad. This was probably made, it's hard to tell from serial numbers, but probably made in the 80s or 90s. I've got a Strad here that is from the same time. I'll play the Strad and then I'll wind up again with a Holton to compare a little chorus that has some longer tones so we can see how they sound. This is a Strad from about 83. It's a 37. And the Holton again. As always, folks, take care of yourself, someone near you. When life is bad, buy a trumpet. It works for me, and my wife has actually given up on trying to get me to cut them down. She's trying to stave off bankruptcy. That's her only concern. But life is good with the plethora of fine instruments that we have around us. I hope things are going well for you as Also, do take care of yourself and someone near you.